Okay, so we got some things to talk about. Good morning. It is Tuesday. It's about 6:45 and I'm heading to work. First up, what we're going to talk about. First up, the shooting in Nashville. We're going to talk about that and what the news might be hiding from you. I'm also going to cover why I got a week's worth of ban. How do I say this? I got banned for a week from YouTube, but that was about 2 weeks ago. But getting some questions again why it happens. I wanted to go over that again. Not to regurgitate it, but thought I'd cover it, and we'll talk about some odds and ends and whatnot. So we're on a freeway. I'm looking at the traffic. Speed limit, 75 miles an hour. We got two vehicles that are perfectly aligned with each other going 65. One happens to be a huge freaking RV, and the other is a landscaping truck. Well, the landscaping truck obviously is heading to work, but they're in no rush. Actually, I'm looking, the RV turns out to be a camper, a fifth wheeler. Just wish people would learn to drive here in America. Anyway, it's gonna be one of those days, but I'm actually in a great mood. First off, the shooting in Nashville. Hearts go out to the people who were murdered, and you know, it's a shame when that happens. We definitely do have a mental health problem here in the United States that we're not attending to. I know when I was growing up, they used to have medical facilities that these people would live in long term. Well, those medical facilities have been shut down because they were not being funded any longer. So we just immediately storm on the streets or just let them go and pump them full of psychotropic medications, which they're slowly learning that a lot of these patients on those drugs tend to have some really crazy side effects, suicides, thoughts of killing others, and it's a shame. I think this really needs to come out to the forefront so we can hold the pharmaceutical companies accountable. I wouldn't be surprised, truly, if this person who did the shooting was on some kind of antidepressant, psychotropic, you name it. Anyway, what the news might be hiding from you is the fact that this woman who did the shooting might have been a man. I can't say was, might, because if I say it was, I'll get banned again for telling you the truth. So you're not allowed to tell the truth, even though it is plainly stated on television. When I say television, I hold that very loosely. There's only 2 channels that are letting you know. The others, you know who they are. They're beating around the bush. At first they try to hide it. Now they're forced to kind of admit it, but they're kind of beating around the bush, kind of, you know, wish-washing it. But the fact of the matter is, rumor has it, because I don't know for sure, the shooter used to be a man and now identifies as a woman. I mean, right there, you know, right there should tell you a little bit about their psyche. So I just want to get that out of the way in case you haven't heard it. I know a lot of you folks have just tuned out the news completely, and a lot of people just get their news, unfortunately, just from a headline, and they think they know the entire article. That is so unfortunate, because the news media outlets, the magazines, you name it, regardless of whether it's on the internet, webpage, or whatever, they know people are too lazy to read an article, so they'll sensationalize a title. You read the title, you think you know the entire article, and you walk around spewing basically fake news, because normally the title is fake news. It truly is, and it's not until you read the meat and potatoes of the article, and sometimes you have to go all the way to the last paragraph till you finally get the truth. But that's what's going on in today's society, you know. So why did I get 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3? Why did I get banned from posting for 1 week? YouTube had me in timeout where I could not post any videos. It's because exactly what I'm saying. If you spout the truth, you will get banned, regardless of if the television news channels, regardless if it's in the newspapers, regardless of whatever medium it's on, magazines, you name it. Even if you're regurgitating that stuff perfectly, you will get banned because you are not an authoritative news source. Yes, that is what I was called in this ban when I got the email from YouTube. Spouting information from a non-authoritative news source is what they said. And what did I say? Again, I want to repeat. I said exactly what I been hearing in the news. And again, when I say in the news, only 1 or 2 channels are telling you the truth. I'm not going to tell you which. The others are just plain liars and propagandists. What did I say? The injection, got to be careful, can't use the word what is in that injection. I stated, not claimed, I was going to accidentally say I claimed, I stated that what's in the injection possibly might not be protecting you from what they claimed it was protecting you from. Possibly. I also said possibly, I didn't use the word possibly, just don't want to get banned again. Got to be careful. That a lot of people who got that went on to receive what it was protecting them from again and again and again, multiple times, regardless of the amount of times they did it. So that's what I said. A lot of people are just getting it again and again and again, regardless of the amount of times that they've done it. Not only are they getting it, but they are passing it along to others. A third thing that was promised you if you would take that. I'm pressing in an injection. A third thing that was promised you if you would take it, and none of the 3 things worked out. That's what I stated. And I immediately got banned. Woke up one morning, I logged into YouTube, and before I even saw my page, there was a big banner that just covered the entire 2/3 of my webpage. That basically said, told me the reason why. Not only are the 3 things that they claimed about that were all false, but a lot of people don't realize this, and you have to look and listen hard, but really you have to just know where to listen and you'll get the information. Quite a few people have passed away after taking it did something to their heart. Many women are claiming that they could not get pregnant afterwards, and unfortunately many have complained that they and I feel for these ladies, because it's like a child, you know. It's not like a child when a woman is pregnant. That is, regardless, that is their child. That's their son or daughter from that moment on. It's not just an embryo or anything. And when they miscarriage, like a lot of them claim they did after receiving that, they go through mourning, and they lost a child in their, you know, it's kind of hard, but a lot of this stuff is being kept from you. And so that is why I got banned, for spouting what is in the news verbatim. I want to go back to the shooting. They, you know who I say, they rejoice every time. Again, I'm talking in code. Got to talking code now. I'm going to get flyer, little index cards, and just put up the right word, I think, next time. I'm serious. Right words on them. They, the news pundits, the activists who want to take your bang bang away, politicians who want to turn you and this society into a socialism experiment or a communist experiment, they rejoice every time there's a shooting, because the activists and all of them just want to take away your guns. You will be more easily controlled if you're unable to defend yourself. Just like in Australia, you get caught walking around, there's not a person for miles without their mask. One person walking around, not a person for miles gets tackled by 15 police officers just for not wearing a mask and hauled to jail. That's what you get when you have your modern day sword taken from you. But I'm going to go back to what I was saying. They love it when there is a shooting. They don't want these shootings to end. They don't care about the people. The ultimate goal is to control you, and that is to get your weapons away. And whatever happens, it justifies the ends to them. Because if, like a light switch, you turn that switch off, and all the shootings, all the gun murders, all the mass shootings ended, let's just pretend for a second. I turned the switch off, actually down is off. And right now, from this moment forward, let's just say there's not another gun shooting, a murder with a gun. There's not a mass murder with guns. There's no accidental shooting of yourself when you're cleaning a weapon. Let's just say, like a light switch, boom, right this moment, they would freaking be miserable. Know why? These mass murders, these mass shootings, that's their only ammo. Just had a Biden moment. That's their only ammo, only ammunition, their only reason for taking your gun away. If all the horrific events ended with guns, they would have no more reason to come after your guns. You see what I'm getting at? They don't want, and think about this, they just don't want these shootings to go away. Then they would have no reason to come after your guns. They're not coming after your guns for your safety. You already see what's going on with them and their control. This is what they're doing, and you're able to defend yourself. Now imagine what they can do if you're unable to defend yourself. Slavery never ended. It was perfected.